Hey folks, I'm Fundy with the Dice and Quill. So you may notice my co-host is not here. But don't worry, he's still fine, still as boring as ever. Trust me. So with here, DM's Corner, we're going to start to do kind of a new thing here. Since Austin and I are both very separate DMs, and we both have what we consider to be our specialties, we're going to be coming at you in an individual kind of sense. I don't want to butt in on his spotlight on things that he kind of does a little bit better than me. Or he doesn't want to do the same with what I think and he thinks that it kind of is my forte. And so, don't worry, we're still here, and after DM's Corner, you'll see the both of us, and we're going to keep bringing you awesome content. So stay with us, please. With that being said and out of the way, I'm Fundy, and this is the Dice and Quill, the web series where we give you, the viewers, our views, topics, opinions, and discussions about everything role-playing. So, today, we're going to talk about NPCs. This is going to be a two-part episode. Part 1 is going to be general population. Part 2 is going to be companion NPCs, and we're actually going to sit down and we're going to create one. And I hope it is a really awesome, useful tool for you guys to use. So, now, let's get back to part 1. General population. Is anybody who's anybody who isn't anybody really important? Now, what I mean by that, we're talking about your tradesmen, your blacksmiths, your tavern keepers, your bar wenches, your town guard, your farmers, your villagers, your peasants, anybody really that players are going to interact with kind of on a day-to-day basis. Okay? These are the people that populate your world, your villages, your cities, and your hamlets. And so, since these are the people that populate, these people have demeanors. These people have attitudes. These people have a general way about them. And so, when we talk about that, we kind of split it up into two different sections. We have a blanket demeanor, and then we have a unique personality, okay? A blanket demeanor is the social norm of that populace. And so if a town is generally unwelcoming to strangers, the general demeanor, the blanket demeanor of the people is going to be very standoffish, very reserved. They're going to barely give you the time of day. Prices might be higher. On the opposite end, if it's a small hamlet where the players may have been there before, the general demeanor, the blanket demeanor, may be a little more welcoming. And they might be more willing to give information, help, and support. Prices might be a little bit better, things like that. So not every town is going to act the same, but most of the people in a town are going to kind of act the same. But not everybody. And that's where we get into the unique personalities. Unique personalities isn't necessarily a big game-changing thing. It just adds a little bit of flavor to the people your players are interacting with. Let's say, for example, this town is being attacked by bandit raiders coming in, hacking people up, rawr. So, 99% of the population is going to do the same thing. That basket of apples the guy was carrying, he's going to throw that thing up in the air, arms back, head back, screaming, and he's going to run off. Mostly everybody's going to do that, but not everyone. Let's say the pie baker comes out with his flour-stained hands and his splattered little apron, his stupid hat flopping to the side, and he's corralling people in for safety. Come here, come inside. This is something that's unique and different, separate from what everyone else is doing. The potter is going to come out. He's going to have his father's old rusted weapon, and he's going to try to fight these bandits. It's a unique personality that isn't a norm for the general population. Is it game-changing? No. Is this potter or pie maker going to be an influential member to the party's campaign? No. Are they ever going to see this potter or pie maker again? Probably not. But what it does do is it adds that little bit of spice, a little bit of flavor. So, consequences. Okay. Now, let's say, given that same scenario, that pie maker is letting people in his shop. Alright? The players, they decide they want to be cowards today. They go in the shop too. The pie maker says, hey, why don't you guys go out there and fight? And they say, shut up and go make us some pies. And he doesn't want to do it. So one of them pulls their sword out on him and says, make me some pies. The next time they go back to that town, they are not going to be very welcome because they were jerks. Remember that. Remember what your players do to these people. Yes, these are just figments of your imagination you're putting into this world you created, but consequences are going to remain. Actions have consequences. And so, if the players go in and they're jerks to a population, the next time they come back, population's not going to want anything to do with them. On the opposite spectrum, if your players come in and they're very charitable, and they help out with some basic tasks and small quests, the population's going to love them when they come back. Might even shower with some free gifts or something like that. And so remember that actions have consequences, and utilize that within your population, within your game. Now, again, talking about the population, we're talking about towns, villages, cities. It's a theme here. And so, where do players like to go? Every player likes to go to the same places in every town you go to. They're going to the bar. They're going to the blacksmith. They're going to the trader. They're going to the church for healing or to drop off their gold if they're a cleric or something or whatnot, right? And so they're going to be dealing with these specific NPCs throughout every town, village, hamlet they go to. And we like to call these supporting NPCs. All right, we're talking your blacksmith, your tavern owner, your bar wench, your priest, your captain of the guard or sergeant of the watch. These supporting NPCs are in every single town that your characters are going to go into. And these supporting NPCs are really the type that I would say you'd want to attribute that unique personality to. Okay, something to differentiate Blacksmith A from Town A from Blacksmith B from Town B. Okay, Blacksmith A from Town A is, let's call him Boris. He is old, grumpy, hairy, he's got an ugly wife, like 17 kids, and he's cranking out horseshoes and crappy weapons just to make ends meet. When the players come and they have these requests, he's just gonna grunt, ask for the money, make it, now get out of my stuff. Get out of my area. Town B's blacksmith, is, let's call him Ferentis. And Ferentis was an apprentice for his father for many, 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 many years. His father recently passed, and now Ferentis is filled with this sense of duty to make this blacksmith shop the best in the region. And he wants everybody to come here to make the memory of his father proud. And so he's going to have a lot more customer service. He's going to be a lot more welcoming to the party. Two blacksmiths, same purpose, same job, completely different to the party members. And that's why we want to talk about unique personality. You don't necessarily have to attribute it to everybody, and please don't, because you're going to bog down your game. It's going to take forever. And you're going to spend a lot of time doing it. Remember that the world is ever changing. Politics change, actions from the characters change, and the demeanor of the people is going to change along with that. And so, final thoughts. Remember, NPCs are the people that you put in there. They're not just mindless bots. They're people. They have feelings. And you want that to be known to your players. You want your players to be able to feel like they are immersed in your world. And you do that with the people they interact with. And so with that being said, I'm Fundy. This is the Dice and Quill. And I hope you come back for episode 2. But before you do, I want you to hit that like and subscribe button if you can. It really helps. Comment. Let us know something else you'd like us to talk about. We got a Facebook page too. It's called D20 and Friends. Pop on over. Send a like. Join the group. Join the discussion. We want to build a community here. That's what we're doing here. That's what we're all about. And so, I want you guys to be part of my family. Come on, man. Bring it in. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Give us some love, and we'll give you great content. With that being said, I'm Fundy, and this is the Dice and Quill. Bye-bye.